The question says simplify this expression. So when we look at these expressions, so we have multiplication in between, okay? So that means we have to apply the multiplication law of indices. And what does the law say? When we have the same base, okay? So we pick out one, we add up the power. So what I mean is that when we have something like this, a raised to power n times a raised to power n, since they are the same base, okay, so we pick out one, okay, we add up the power. That is the idea behind the law. So to work with this, we have c raised to power minus 1 times c raised to power minus 1. So to do this, we say c, we pick out one out of it, so we add up the power, so we have minus 1 plus, here we have minus 1, okay. So we have our result as c as minus 1 plus times minus is minus 1, so we have c raised to power minus 2, okay. Now when we look at this, we have 2 a raised to power minus 1 times 3a raised to power 2. When we look at this expression, they look alike, but the grouping differs, so we have to take our time and look for the difference between these three expressions. So here we have this as, so since we are multiplying, so we can easily take the numbers together and multiply it as 2 times 3, okay, that gives us 6, okay. So we take this letter as, we write as a, okay, raised to power minus 1, okay, times a raised to power 2, okay. So our final answer here is 6. So we pick out one out of the letter, which is a, since we are multiplying the same base, so we add the power, so we have minus 1 plus 2, which is this, okay. So our final answer is 6a. So for minus 1 plus 2, we have it as 1, okay. So we can have it as 6a raised to power 1, or we just have it as 6a, okay. So for the third expression, we have 2a in the bracket raised to power minus 1 times 3a squared, okay. So for minus 1, okay, on the bracket as power, so it affects what we have in the bracket here. So we have 2 raised to power minus 1, okay, a raised to power minus 1, okay, times 3a squared, okay. So for 2 raised to power minus 1, we can write this as 1, okay, over 2, okay. For a raised to power minus 1, we have it as times 1 over a, okay, so times 3a squared. So our final answer is, so since we have a, okay, so we can subtract this from this since we are dividing, okay. So when we multiply this together, we have it as 3, okay, a over 2, okay. So for this a square, we have removed 1 out of the a, okay. So the answer to number 3 is 3a over 2. So for the fourth one, we have minus 1 as the power of a, okay. It's different from this, we have 2a in the brackets where we have minus 1 as the power, so it's affecting everything. It affects a, but in this case minus 1 affects a alone, okay. So when we have to write this, we have it as 2 over a, this is 1 over a, times this is 2 over a, times, so when you see this square, it affects 3, it affects a, so for 3 square, that gives 9, for a square, we have it as this, okay. So we can simplify this and remove a from a square. So what do we have left? So we have this as 2, okay, since this is 2 times 9, so we have it as 18a, okay. So for number 5, so we cut 1 out of the base, okay, we add up the power, so we have 5 plus minus 2, So here we have this as x, 5 raised to the power 5, for plus times minus is minus 2. So we have this as x raised to the power 3. Thank you very much.